Well, she is here and she's back. Ask Audrey. The segment is coming in replacement. Yes, in replacement for right now, just for today. Relax. For two tutors talking, because this is what happens. A lot of people get busy. People are starting to close up. Everyone has different time zones, so we can't come in. But the reason why I want to come in right now is really to talk to a lot of teachers that are thinking about making some transition, a lot of tutors that are currently having their teacher certification. People just want to get more into education because they just did a whole year of foolishness and now they need a little help. So, the one question that I keep getting here and there was about recertification. Like, Audrey, do you recertify even though you're not in the classroom anymore? Should I give up my certificate because now I'm going to be a tutor? Those and many more of those questions will be answered today, right here, right now. So come on in. Hello, Jennifer. I have people on TikTok. I have people on LinkedIn. Oops, almost went swipe to close it. Okay, going to the wrong way. We got Mama, we got Lunas, we have a couple people also here that is a couple people on Instagram. Here we go. So I'm not going to waste too much time. For those that know me, I like to get to the sugar of the booger and let's get it going. So one thing that I know, there's a lot of teachers that are either done or this is their last week of school, or some of them are closing up on their final exams. Believe it or not, everyone's all over the place, right? So the ones that are done, you're probably still in bed. You probably have the stuff still in your car and you're not thinking about anything about the fall, right? But if you are a teacher and you need to get recertification, this is what I always like to do. And I figured this out. It took me about, I want to say maybe 6 years ago that I did some research and I was like, look, there's a lot of people that need their recertification and everyone keeps going to the usual spots or they go to their local community college, try to find a nice and easy course that they can take. And then that's it. But then here's the thing. You wasted your whole entire summer for one, maybe two courses if you doubled up, just so you can get the accreditations. And if you don't know, if you're not a teacher, yes, teachers have to get recertified or basically get their renewal of their license every 6 years. They have to get 6 credits every 5 years. Yes. And I know some people will be like, what? Really? I'm like, yeah. But here's the thing. When we turn our certification in and we turn all the stuff in, we also have to pay. Some states have to pay $10, some states pay $15, some states don't have to pay at all. But these are the things that we have to do in order to keep our certificate. Now, for me, I know I'm no longer in the classroom. I'm an online tutor and I enjoy every bit of it, but I still have my certification. Because there are some people that will ask, are you certified? There are some people that would say, hey, Audrey, I got a really cool opportunity, but I need to have proof that you were a certified teacher or you are a certified teacher. So they really wanted to get all of the nitty of the gritty. So instead of me like, yeah, I was, and I don't have it anymore, I just keep it going because I worked really hard for it. So what I'm going to be doing today is like a combination of what I've been hearing, what I've been seeing, and then also kind of helping you with that teacher certification and then telling you what is up with Audrey and how come you haven't seen her too much and too long. So if you are here and you're listening to me, go ahead, put it in the comments. Hey, Audrey. Hey, girl. Hey, or anything like, hey, hi. It was so nice to meet you. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Cynthia. A lot of people are coming in and going out, and that's fine. If you are not a teacher, but you know someone who is a teacher and they're like, oh man, I got to pay all this money for certification, send them this live because I am about to save you money as well as time. So if you don't have time to watch it right now because you're still on the sneak tip, because you still got kids in front of you, go ahead and save this, right? Because we are really going to be up and on the move because this is something that is going to save you a lot. Now, so for those that are tutors and you're saying, should I keep my certification? Why not? Keep it for a couple of years if you're just really certain that you're not going to go back and you're really certain that you're not going to do any affiliations with schools. You're just going to do your own independent thing. Fine. Me personally, I would keep it. I worked hard for it. It's 6 credits. And plus, now that I'm going to show you a way to do your renewal of those 6 credits and to do it a hell of a lot cheaper, let's say less than $1,000 for all 6 credits. Okay, I know you're listening to me now, right? Because you really want to basically hold on to these things. All right. So, I'm not going to be without further ado. So I think everyone's here, everyone's listening, everyone's ready to go. So I have a couple people on Facebook, a couple people on Instagram, tons of people coming in and out, and I can't even keep up with TikTok. So this must be the time to do it. So in order for you to keep that certification, a lot of you guys are saying, I don't have the money and it's boring. For me, I hate doing all these professional development courses. One, it's very limited. Then when you do get it, you're in the course for 7 to sometimes 10 weeks. So I'm basically taking my summer to go with this course. And then when they release the information, say for week 1, they give you the information, right? And then you do all the work and you're done in a day because you have the summer. But then you have to wait. Yeah, you have to wait until someone else submits their stuff because then you have to comment to at least 2 other people before you can get any kind of grade for your work. That was the thing that drove me completely insane. Couldn't handle it. Like, I did my work. I just want to turn it in. I just want to get my credit. So then after a while, I was like, you know what? I need to find a better way. I need to find a better way. And if it's cheaper too, boom and boom, double bonus. So if we actually take a look, and I'm going to actually just show you my screen real quick. So we know the traditional ways. So the one that a lot of people know, and I know on TikTok you won't be able to see, but I'll just share it with you. One of the things is ThinkPort. And I know here in Baltimore City, they actually have a connection with ThinkPort. And ThinkPort is in connection with PBS, and there's a lot of teaching segments, and there's some videos and everything else. But these things are forever long. They're 7 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks long. So if you guys are just coming in, I am talking about right now different ways that teachers can actually get their renewal of their license cheaper and less time. So right now we're always thinking about ThinkPort. So ThinkPort, a lot of people know it. You can do your recertification here, no problem. Okay, they have a whole listing of 3 credits, 2 credits, and 1 credit courses. And we all know we're all trying to get the 6, over and done with. So a lot of people go for the 3 credit courses, but then a lot of people have to write all this work. They want to know how exactly you're going to do it in your classroom. How exactly are you going to present this? How does it all tie in? And next thing you know, you got a 5-page paper. Yeah. I ain't doing that. Okay. So the best way that I do it, they'll have I just picked one of the most popular ones. So teaching students in a blended classroom is always the most popular of all the classes, right? So they kind of give you a whole dissertation. And the one thing I definitely want you to see is how long. And if you look at it, the whole course, it will start June 19th of this year. So all the information I'm giving is up to date and up to speed. So if you have June 19th, which is next week, next Wednesday, in fact, and it ends July 30th. Okay, so that's a good 7 weeks, right? That you're giving up. That all you're going to do is they'll give you a post. You answer the questions as best you can. You submit your answers online, and then you have to respond to 2 other people. 7 weeks. I know the price of that is $405. And I'm like, all right, 405 is not that bad. That's for 3 credits. Okay, not too bad. But 7 weeks? Yeah, I ain't doing that. Okay. So now I found three, yes, three different places that's online, that's self paced, and is a lot cheaper. And you won't have to waste your whole entire summer. You'll probably be done in less than a week. Yeah, I just said that. Let it marinate. Go ahead. Less than a week. You might be able to get most of your credits done in like 2 to 3 days. So listen up. So the first one is called graduatecreditcourses.com. And for people on TikTok right now, what I will do is I will put like a link. I'll try to put the link of this video that's on my YouTube channel because I'm going live there as well. So I will put the link there and you can get all the information there. I'm going to do it that way to save myself some stress. So all these courses are accredited. They're regionally accredited. Now, us in the States, we cannot do international accreditation. They will not accept it. You know how I know? Because I tried. It has to be regionally accredited, okay? So as long as it's regionally accredited and it is connected to a college, you can definitely do it, all right? So with graduatecreditcourses.com, try to say that 5 times fast, they'll show you it's all accredited to this one particular university. I think it's California Poly. So it's like Cal Poly Humboldt. And all your accreditations will go there. So you're going to pay 2 times. The first time you pay is for the course itself. And the second time is going to be for the accreditation that you're going to get at the college. So when you go in, it's a simple, clean website. Now, these 3 sections that I'm mentioning today, I've actually used. So I have no affiliations whatsoever. I'm not getting paid for any of this. I'm just sharing what I'm sharing because I know there's a lot of teachers out there that's like, I want to renew my license, but I have to make a choice between feeding my family or renewing the license so we can continue on. So at least I can kind of alleviate that stress just a hair because that's my goal. So again, if you're not a teacher, but you know some teachers that need some recertification or do the renewal, please pass this live on to them. I'm not kidding. Okay. So with the graduate course accreditationcourse.com, they have everything in 3 levels. They'll tell you which courses are available. So they have the 3 credit courses, which they call engaging. Then you have the 2 credit courses, which they call inspire, and the 1 credit course, which is motivating. But then you have some 1 credit courses that's like rejuvenating. Like they just want to try to get you thinking a little bit, but they're still accredited. You can learn something and still work on your accreditations all at the same time. So when you're doing all these, you can just go in. You can also, they like to give you a multi-course. So, we need 6 credits. So we're going to need 2 classes. So if you're just like, all right, I don't want to do 2 3-credit classes. That's a little too much and all that. If you want to do 3 2-credit classes, or if you want to do 2 credit classes and then do 2 other 1 credit classes, you can do whatever mixture you want, but they also give a multi-class discount. So taking a look, which I'll show in the video, this is examples of the 2 credit classes that they have. So the one is called Teach Smarter, Efficient and Effective Strategies. And I've taken this. It just gives you a couple strategies how to work smarter, not harder. And what they do is they give you a PowerPoint, maybe give you a couple videos, and then there was a multiple choice quiz, and they might ask you to do a little summary of how you will apply it. That's it. Like when I say summary, I'm not talking 3-4 pages. I'm literally talking about a couple paragraphs. That's it. Like that's it. Because they're teachers too. They don't want to sit here and read your whole dissertation about how education was formed. No, they just want to know, how are you going to take this information and apply it to your classroom for next year? And that's what you're doing all this stuff for. So that, since it's a 2-credit class, the course itself is $180. Just the course itself, $180. But hold on. In order to get their accreditation, you have to charge the fee for the university. And the university's fee is $85 per credit. So since this is a 2-credit class, we're looking at $170. So if you're taking a look at that, 7 and 7 is 14, that's 15, that's $350. Yeah, I just did mental math right there. It's crazy. So that's $350 for 2 credits. And you're probably like, wow, Audrey, like that was like ThinkPort is a lot cheaper. True. But with ThinkPort, you're going to have to spend 7 weeks for that one course. And you have to wait for other people to respond to a question that's very basic and not real. I don't know. It just makes sense to me. But remember, I got some other choices. All right. So for people that's coming in, hey, Miss Serene, how are you? So I'm talking to your teachers or your tutors that needs to get their teacher certificate renewal. These are some cheaper and some less time-sucking options that you can use. So again, if you are not a teacher and you want this information to be passed on to your friends, pass the live over to your friends. All right. And don't forget, go ahead, put whatever comments that you have in the chat if you have any questions. Okay. So I'll definitely do the questions towards the end. All right. So the other course is dealing with difficult parents. Hi. Go ahead. Think of that one parent. I'll wait. Okay, that's long enough. And it's almost like how, because you don't want to match energies. Nope, you do not. And there's times that you just like, I don't want to be down here and make her feel like she's up here. It's just like a matter of like, okay, we're not going to match energy, but what we are going to do, we're going to figure out what we need for the child needs. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the child. Something like that. And then the other one is the passion-driven classroom. That's another thing. Like, how can you keep that passion going? We all know in the beginning of the year, we are like putting up decorations. Like our classroom looks straight out of a magazine. And then less than a month later, you're like, what the hell happened to my room? What is going on with this? Why is this all kinds of crazy? The tent that you made is all across the room. Everything is all kinds of crazy. But it's almost like, how can you keep that passion alive throughout the whole entire school year? So those are some of the things that's going on with that. And again, the course is $180 it's a 2 credits. So in order to get the accreditation, you have to pay like $170. I don't know. So that's something to just kind of think about. So this is just one. Okay. Now there's those 3 credit courses that I've talked about. Now 3 credit courses, obviously it's going to be a little bit more because, they have $270. So for the 3 courses, so it's like $90 per course. Okay. Per credit. So then you have something like fueling creativity through play and humor. And these are all things that you can have to match that accreditation that you need. So you don't have to be like, I have to be in Math 107 because I have to do that. I have to do calculus at the local community college, even though I'm only teaching elementary school kids. This is bleep, right? So taking a look at the different range. So that's just one. That's the graduate one. So now we have another one called Happy Teacher Professional Development. Now I have to emphasize that because I do have a friend who has a course. I think she has a business. It's called The Happy Teacher, if I remember correctly. But this one is just Happy Teacher Professional Development. Now, I did this last year. I found this, my last round, which was like, a couple years ago. And I did like a really basic course, like on health and nutrition of student athletes. It was a simple 2 credit course, very easy. It was needed, it helped me with my health, venture. So I was able to like make those connections, but it has so much more. Like they are a bunch of teachers that are at Adams State University. Now, Adams State University, if you notice, if you do a lot of these online courses, will constantly come up. Adams State University is like the better and the cheaper option of all the universities. So the university all of a sudden they say, hey, there's a lot of people that's picking and doing a lot of online courses. Why don't we put ourselves together and put an online course? And they did, and they called it Happy Teacher Professional Development. And with this, they have those 3, 2, 1 credit courses, and they're always adding something to it. Like a lot of it, they're talking about AI, like how to teach in an AI classroom. And you're like, what? And like some of those other things, that's like accreditation. So if I take a look, just looking at the 3 semester courses, again, all of these are self-paced. So if you want to binge and just knock out those 6 hours in one day, go ahead, boo boo. I'm not holding you back, but you can do that. It's definitely possible. If you're just like, girl, my renewal is almost up. My contract, my certificate is almost up in like a week. Oh my goodness, can I get all this stuff done like in less than a week? Yes, you can. All right. So couple of the semester courses that the Happy Teacher has is AI for educators. You can have happy schools. Like how can you guys do collaborations to make a happy, wholesome environment in your school building? Stress management. Yes. Please. Okay. You probably like, did she freeze? I'm like, no, I just froze for effect because that's what we need to do. And then just basically talking about a lot of feel good, but at the same time, effective lessons, things that you can do. Same premise. There's a whole bunch of presentations. They might even give you some videos to watch. They might even give you an article to read. And sometimes it's a multiple choice question. Sometimes it is a written essay. When I say essay, I mean less than 2 paragraphs. Yes. Easy to do as long as you're showing how would you apply this into your classroom. What is it that you learned from it? What are you applying to it? And then how did you feel about the course? Boom, done. That's it. So when it comes to the pricing of it, you can either just do the course itself and not ask for the certification, which I don't know why anyone would do that, but I think some people just want PD credits. Okay. And you're not thinking about certification, not a problem. If you just want the course, for that course, it was $260. So, but if you want the accreditation through Adams State University, and they will send you an official transcript, and make sure you don't open the transcript. That's another thing. Okay. They'll send you the official transcript. With the official transcript, it's $425. And I know you're probably thinking, well, ThinkPort, Audrey, was $405. Trust me, I know the math, but I also know that I have to waste 7 weeks of my summer dealing with other people that I don't know because I got to wait for them. And I will never forget that one time, one of my instructors said, Audrey, I need for you to start talking to other people in the course. And I said to her promptly, I would if these other people didn't submit their stuff 10 minutes before the course or that section was going to close on Saturday night. If you open it on Tuesday, it's going to get done on Tuesday. I'm talking to people on Wednesday, but a lot of people like to wait until Saturday at 11:50 to start putting their stuff in. That's not me. I never got a response back from her. Don't try to come after me because I know my role. And we had a good group of us. There was a good 3 of us, 3 or 4, that we just basically responded to everybody's stuff. And it was great, right? So, hey, Nancy, how are you? Hey, Matthew, Joyce, thank you guys for coming in. All right. So, looking at those prices, looking at how things are. So now this is the one that I actually shared with my group members. And I shared it with my You Can Tutor people. I shared it with my Facebook group, which is From the Classroom to Online Tutoring. And it's called, very simple, Renew a Teaching License. Very basic. Okay. They actually changed their name because their name used to be like MarylandStateLicense.com or something like that. But then they changed and reformed it to Renew a Teaching License. And it's exactly what it says. If you need to renew your license and you just want a variety instead of just one at Hobart, and Adams State University, if you want to have a little more variation with that, you can do Renew a Teaching License. So for people that are just coming in, I'm talking about different ways, different platforms that I found that you can renew your teaching license and don't have to pay over $1,000 for it. It's insane. Like, why are we doing that? All right. So if you go to renew a teaching license, first of all, like all of these that I'm giving you, it's all based off of your state because every state is different. Every state is completely different. So you go, you pick your state so they can see, all right, which courses and which accreditation works for you. All three of them do that. Okay. So I forgot to mention that. So it's not like, oh, okay, this is the only one that does that. No, all three of them does that. So I used Maryland. And the one thing with Renew, I'm just going to call it Renew. With Renew, they're offering 20% off everything, okay, for the month of June. So if you are one of those people that are like, ooh, I better hurry up and get my reserve. Let me get that. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Congratulations. But you're still going to have to do it. But if you go to Renew, okay, you'll get 20% off. And you just have to use the code, which is called June 2024. That's it. Very simple, to the point. That's it. They also have a free PD. So if you just want to say, you know what, Audrey, I got all my stuff, I don't need it, but you might want a free PD, just something to watch. They have an AI in education, and it's a 1 clock hour. Eventually, you're going to need it. So, and they have like all of that information there. So I'm just looking at Maryland, and then I just kind of went a little bit further. So there's are a couple of them, and I just wanted you to kind of see the pricing. So the one thing about Renew that I like is they also have a package. So they know that a lot of Maryland teachers, most of us need 6 credits. So they get 6 of their best topics and they bundle it into one. And I think the price of that was like $9.95 for all 3. And that's including the price for the university. Okay. But if you're just like, you know what, Audrey, I'm just like 2 credits away or 1 credit away, this is the best way to do it. No more driving to a local community college, no more driving to the big college, trying to find parking. Let's talk about that. And then all of a sudden, when you do find parking, you come back and all of a sudden your car's gone, or you have a lovely little ticket on there because you forgot that it was a meter. And then you pay more money. Stay home. If you're like, well, my kids are always here, close the door. It's okay. All right. So it kind of gives you a range. So it's not just Adams State University. It's also Ashland University. It's also, I think it's the University of one of the Carolinas. No, Dakotas, North Dakota. They also have the University of North Dakota in there. So you can also, and then Hobart is also in there as well. So you get to pick, okay, which of the college is the cheapest one? You can pick that one. You get the information. It takes roughly about a week for you to get your transcript, because as soon as you, like for me, as soon as the class is over, I'm already ordering the transcript. I do it right then and there because I know if I wait, I'm going to forget. And then when I forget, it's going to be a travesty because there's always some kind of consequence. So it's always best to just do it and submit it and forget about it. Okay. So that's where I'm looking at. So hopefully this is helpful. All right. I see people coming in and coming out, and I get it. I just hoping that this is helpful to you. Now, I know this is probably mostly for like US, teachers. I'm not sure if it will also go for Canadian. I don't think it will, but or if anything outside the US. But if you are US, this is the thing for you, and you can save so much time and so much money. You can just get everything done in less than a week, pay for it, then all you have to do is just wait for your transcript. That's it. And then on to the next party or beer bong or whatever everybody's doing. Okay. So with me, that's one of the things that I like to do. So let me get out of here. And then as soon as I can get out of here, I know sometimes it just gets a little cray cray when it comes around here. But so like our research is different here, but looks great for you Americans. Yes. Thank you, Michelle. How are you? But in the gist of all this is what I do. Like when I see something, I say something. People are like, are you a snitch? I'm like, no, I'm not saying I'm a snitch, but I'm saying, but when I see something that can be effective at the same time can be very useful and cost effective for you at the same time, I'm more than willing to share that. Now, it's just up to you to go and do your research and figure out which one that you want to do. I'm always like trying to look for a better way to do things. Same thing goes for my online tutoring business. Now, I know there's a lot of teachers that is so fearful to leave the classroom, but as the year has gone through, they're just like, I just want out. But then they're like, oh, I got to think about my benefits. I got to think about my kids. I got to think about all this other stuff. I get it. But maybe you might want to have something to give you a little extra funds. Like I always say, you want to use what you got to get what you want. So use your academic ability to get what you want, which is more money and possibly more time. You never know. It might even surpass, like for me, what I was making when I was in the classroom. And like I was making close to like 70 grand a year. Yeah, I put that out there because I can do that now. Because when I was in the classroom, it was like, no, do not tell people how much you got paid, So it was like 70, 75. I know there's a lot of people that's in the Midwest and some other places are getting paid like 35, maybe $50,000 a year. Okay. But we all need something because prices of everything, soon they're going to charge us for air, is going to be like going up. So why not do something that you love to do? You love to teach, but you just hate the foolishness in the classroom. Then you are my person that I'm talking to. So let me talk to you just a little bit about my membership and my new course for You Can Tutor. So I know there's a lot of people out there that's thinking about tutoring or thinking it's really easy. All I have to do is just say I'm a tutor and then boo, I'll be completely booked. I wish that was the truth. I really do. I just completed my 4th year. I'm going into my 5th summer, and I telling you, the first year sucked so bad, completely horrible, absolutely horrible. So to the point that I only had like a couple students. I loved the students, but I hated the fact that I didn't have my system down. I really didn't have someone that was willing to talk to me fully. There was one person that I met on Instagram in the beginning, and I was asking her tons of questions. But like everything in life, there's questions that needs to be asked, but we don't know what questions to ask. So then we just kind of like go around and people are like, hey, just go ahead and ask a question. I'll be here for you. But then here's the problem. I don't know what questions to ask. So it's nice as I'm progressing, I'm starting to see other people like, hey, I'm starting and I'm reaching out and I'm talking with them. And I just say, hey, what is your vision? What would you like to do? And actually have someone to have a full on conversation and break down concepts. And that's one of the things that I love to do and helped me move into creating You Can Tutor. So with You Can Tutor, yes. So with You Can Tutor, it's really not a program. It's not like a 8-week to 10-week to 12-week program. I know it's like all this is still up here. There we go. There I am. So it's not just an 8-week or a 10-week or 12-week program. It is basically a community. It's a community. Right now, we have a community of 12 members. They're my founding members. We sit, we talk, we discuss, we really get down to the nitty of the gritty about tutoring and how to improve their tutoring business. Because, like, you're probably seeing a lot of the promotional bits that I've been putting up lately. If not, you can go onto my Facebook, you can go onto my Instagram, you can go and just look at You Can Tutor and look at some of the promotional pieces from the founders and just how they're all saying that I don't want them to be mini versions of me. I want you to still have your integrity, still have your strength. I'm just here to motivate you and to kind of guide you through it. Because you're going to have questions in the beginning, but the questions in the beginning is going to be completely different from the questions like a week or maybe a month later. Because now you've learned something new and they're like, well, wait, how can I apply this? So we had a tech talk, or really like Tech Tuesday, on Tuesday, and we were really talking about like lead generation or lead magnets, like what can we use? And we were really going around, and some people are like, oh, do I have to do this and create this and that? And I'll be like, no. Like some of the stuff that you can use as a lead magnet, you used to be a teacher. My goodness, you have tons of stuff you could use as a lead magnet. Think of all the activities. Yeah, I'm sharing. Think of all the activities that you've done when you were a student. Think about all the projects that you put together. These are some things that parents right here, right now that their kids are home, they are looking for something to give their kids to do. It could be just you think it's like a simple activity and it will be a godsend to another parent. You never know. And to all those lead magnets, you are basically still sharing who you are through this lead magnet for you to say, hey, here's a free gift, and if you want more of this and if you want more guidance, reach out to me. So these are the things that we actually talk about. And it all came up by having a discussion during what I call a collab workday, where the members come in, they ask their questions, they do some work with their business. And if they need assistance during that time, I can do like a pull out room or breakout room on Zoom. And at the end, we share out what we were working on to get some feedback, constructive feedback on what you're working on. So these are the things, like it's all about collaboration. It's not like, okay, here we go. You're going to learn this in 8 weeks. Ready? Bing, 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 bing. And it's just so fast and so much. And you just don't know what to do. And you don't have time for it to marinate. And that's the one thing I know that makes me different from a lot of other programs is I'm not here to just shove all this information and confuse you and then let me sell you on something else. It is a monthly subscription. I do monthly check-ins, which I'm actually going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing monthly check-ins and be like, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? And they're like, oh, I'm doing okay. Let's talk. And then I'll set some time and we'll sit down and talk. Like, hey, what's going on? What could you do right here, right now? What are you thinking? And then you have that support, not only from me, but the other members. And then if you got one member that's fully booked and then that person got a call, now he or she just basically talk to other people in the group and say, you know what? I got a person here, but I can't take one more kid. Can you do it? And you never know, you might be blessing someone else. And it's not a matter of, oh, here's another kid. Okay, give me 10% or give me 15%. No, we're helping each other out and we're helping each other grow and we're listening to each other. And sometimes we have moments where we cry and there's moments where we're cheering and we embrace, and it slowly is becoming into a friendship. And it's not just people. I don't think there's anyone else in Maryland except for me. We have Canada, we have New York, we have Chicago, we have other places in Detroit, we have California, Florida, Ohio, the Philippines, Australia. I know I'm forgetting somebody. If I am, I'm so sorry. Oh, geez. How can I forget? New Orleans. I gotta look at my map. It's like it's embarrassing. But we have people from all over. And I want it to expand. And I really want to reach out to as many people as I can possible. I think I said England or the UK. We'll put it as a combination. Um, but that's one of the things that's happening. So if I may, I'm going to share like just with the course itself, because I know me personally, I love everybody, but repeating myself is not trust me, I'm over here chomping at the bits because I don't like to repeat myself. But I know as a teacher, I had to do that, right? So with the course, it really hits on a couple of things. It's going to hit on mindset. It's going to hit on how to build your business by having a one-page business plan. You don't have to do a whole pitch deck. Guys, we just need to keep it as simple as we can. Break it down step by step. Then we're going to identify and figure out how to attract your ideal clients. Who are the people that you're talking to? Don't just keep creating posts to hope that someone will say yes. You need to actually, and then all of a sudden when the person does say yes, you're like, oh, this is not really my ideal person. So really, you need to do some tweaking, not the person that's on the receiving end. Okay. So then what are your policies? We really need to talk about policies. Are you going to do terms and conditions and a contract, or just terms and conditions? What are your terms and conditions? What should you say is your boundary? You need to have those discussions when it comes to these things. All right. And then that video etiquette. How can we do video? And I know you're probably saying, Audrey, you're not an introvert. Yeah, I kind of am. I just play it off very well on here. But there was some things that I had to do in order for me to feel comfortable in front of the camera and just be able to speak and to show my passion without me breaking down into tears, because these are the things that I have to do in order to reach out to my students. Then the marketing piece. This is the part that everyone struggles with, and everyone's like, I don't want to do it. I'd rather join a third party and just have them take 30% of my money. I think that price is actually, or that percentage is actually going up. And you're getting paid $15 to $20 an hour. People, you can get paid more than $15 to $20 an hour. If you're getting paid $15, $20 an hour, that means you are working with a group of students. You shouldn't be getting paid anything less than 50. Especially if you're a certified teacher, you should not be getting paid any less than 65. Think about it. Charge based on your value, not your hourly wage. You're not an hourly wage anymore. You're not an employee. Once you step over to the side of the tutoring, even if it's part-time, you're no longer an employee. You're an employer. You are the owner. You're the founder. You are the foundation of your business. So you have to understand what it is. So for people that are coming in, I'm just talking a little bit about my You Can Tutor course, but also giving some little words of inspiration as well. So, and then also the last part, which is kind of hard for people to see, is that onboarding protocol. You need to take your clients on a journey. They're not just people that's just giving you money. You have to, when it comes to tutoring, you have to think a little bit more. And when I say a little bit more, you're a part of that person's life. I was able to graduate. Hey, Ricky, I was able to graduate 4 students this past weekend. I am so proud of those 4 students and to see the transformation. And I will never forget, one parent wrote me and she gave me a review, but she was like, I needed to say something personal to you. She's like, my son and I, we were in such a bad place. I didn't think my kid was going to graduate. He was failing terribly, and I had no hope. Then we found you, which was a referral from another tutor. And she's like, you made him feel comfortable. You broke down the concepts tremendously. His confidence rose. His grades rose. I can't speak more highly than what you've done. I can't speak on it. So those are the things that keeps me going. And of course, after I read her message, I cried for like 15 minutes because there are times that because tutoring, you're really by yourself. That's why I wanted to build this community, because you don't have anybody around you to pat you on the back. Even if you do have a significant other, they're doing their thing. Tutoring is all you, and you really don't have anybody to pat you on the back. So it's really lonely and it's really trying. So when it comes to the course, it really breaks all this stuff down as a combination of audio and also video content. And then I give you the resources. Now, here's the best part. When you buy and purchase this course, you have it for life. If I add stuff to it, you also get access to it. I'm not going to just say, okay, this is what you got. That's it. That's your cute little bubble. Because we all know things in life change. We have more AI this time. Some people are still doing email marketing. Some people are doing other things as lead generation, so lead magnets. So there's all these type of things. People may be doing different things for protocol. So you won't know until I add it in there, right? So all those things are actually going to be mentioned. And these is what I like to call is the ecosystem of tutoring. There is an ecosystem. Everything has a system. Even though it looks like, okay, I'll just sit here and I'm going to entertain this kid with his math problems. No, there is a way that you have to do things. So with all that, and I know I am going to do something a little remarkable, because normally my pricing for all this is like around $297, and I'm actually going to be changing it. Okay. I'm changing some things because you know what? It's my business. I can do it. So for the month of June, just for the month of June. So I'm going to keep preaching on it. I'm going to try to do publication on it. And if you have questions, please comment, message me. Okay. Smoke signal, something. Okay. If you have questions, ask away, because I was like, Audrey, how does this work? You can just easily just put that in there. If you want, you can comment the word, yes, I really want to know more about this. Not a problem. But instead, just for the month of June, I'm actually going to change this up because I have the course plus the membership. So the membership is your collab work days. We're looking at, hold on, gotta go back into it. So you got your collab work days, you got your monthly calls with the business talk. I have business owners from around the world basically sharing things that is beneficial for us as tutors, like bookkeepers. We got social media marketing. We have Shamara Jones. No, Shamara Star. Jones is the next week. And she's actually big on TikTok, the Book of Star. And she does social media marketing. And I'm actually going to have her speak to my group next Tuesday. And we also have what's called a how-to session. Like, I break it down. Like, if you want to know how to make a post on Canva, because believe it or not, there's still a lot of people that don't. And now that they've basically changed the interface of Canva, it looks a little funky sometimes. Some people just need some guidance with that. I have how-to sessions where I actually say, all right, everyone, you got your computers, everyone's got their Canva. Okay, step 1. And I walk you through it. And by the end of the session, you have something that you can use, that you can post, and that you can put into process right here and now. Same thing happened with the Google My Business. When people were doing the Google My Business and I had that as a service as well, I just show you how to break it down, because now I'm getting a lot of people off of Google that wants to get my services. So instead of doing all that, the breakdown of that, instead of having it at $247, for 50, and the membership is $57 a month, I'm going to break it down to $147 for the course. Instead of $247, we're doing it $147 because originally the course is like $495. Yeah. So I'm really trying to break it on down because I know this is your budget. So if you are interested and you really want to get into a membership, if you don't believe me, hey, you can ask and say, "Oh, Audrey, who are the people that are the members of your group so I can talk to them?" Not a problem. I'll ask them if they're good with that, and I'll share the information with you. Because my whole thing is, it's still, as you break all this stuff down, it's still going to be less. Heck, we got Michelle that's on TikTok right now. She says, "I love that the course is available forever. So few courses are provided like that." Exactly. And then anything that I add to it, you just add on to it. I don't believe in shortchanging and holding people back. I really think that this can be beneficial for people that even if you're thinking about tutoring, you can get someone to purchase it. You can guys go half on it if you want. I don't care what you do. Because we know this is us as teachers. We will find ways to figure things out. I know. Because that's what we do. We steal. We do. We're a bunch of convicts just running around. But hey, society's putting us like that. Anyway, but if you are interested in the You Can Tutor course, if you're interested in You Can Tutor membership, I'm going to be truthful. I think the course is the best thing because it will answer a lot of things that you have already. The membership is just basically to support you and to have that guidance. And then you're getting your questions answered, or you're having someone to go to say, "Hey, can you look at my flyer?" Or, "Hey, I just did this on my landing page. Can someone look at it to make sure it works?" You can have all that, and people will actually give you constructive criticism and not criticism, feedback. That's more like it. Because if you go to your family and friends, they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." And they did not touch it. You know how I know? Because I have family too. Okay. So, but that's just what I really wanted to address today, because I see a lot of people, there's a lot of teachers, they're either about to continue on, they're just relaxing over the summer, but they're like, "Oh, I got to take all these credits and I got to find the school and all that." You don't have to. I have those 3 sections already situated for you. And if you ever need some assistance, please do not hesitate to message me. Okay. Don't message me any foolishness. Just message me like, "Hey, Audrey, what were those 3 courses again?" Because, this video is slowly turning into an hour-long thing. Didn't know it was that long. This is what happens when I get excited because I really want people to understand it. So if you're a teacher and you need some assistance with your recertification or your renewal, if you need recert, make sure you go to your district, okay? Go to your state and find out, can you use these courses? And if they give you an okay, stop with ThinkPort and go into this. If you're a type of person that's like, I don't want to waste 7 weeks. I don't want to waste 4 weeks. This lady is telling me I can get this done in a week. And you're probably going to see, "Oh my gosh, Audrey, I got it done in 2 days." Congratulations. But guess what? You got it done and now you got it moving. All right. So I'm going to wrap up. Again, my name is Audrey Codner. I am the owner of ACG Math Tutoring as well as You Can Tutor membership. If you are a parent that is in need or basically in transition, have a child that's going into transition, meaning going from 8th grade to 9th grade, or even going from 6th grade to 7th grade, or if you have anybody younger, especially going to the 3rd and 4th grade and you're a little concerned, I know a lot of people that, especially in my membership, that can definitely help, especially the math and the reading and the writing. And also for biology, if people are thinking about bio as well. Just go ahead and reach out to me, and I'm more than willing to share information and just have you guys connect, because I understand there's a lot of people that want tutors, but just don't know where to find one. So hopefully I will be your resource to kind of help you with that process. And I'm more than willing to do that. But I know I definitely have a couple spots open, especially getting those people ready for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, looking at some of the trigs and maybe a little bit of pre-calculus. But if you're going to school, if you're an adult and you're going back to school and you have to take those intermediate algebra courses, I have been tutoring in that as well. So actually, I have a couple people here on TikTok that I tutor. So if you do need assistance, you have assistance, you have a person. So if this sounds really great, maybe it's not really for you, but you definitely know some other people that can do with this information, please pass it on. Don't be selfish. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful day. And